leather gloves, we're slapping in hams. Popcorn and peanuts, we're working the stands. Pink cotton candy, love on a stick. Was chasing the deer that circle the lips. Play ball, play ball. Roll up the bases and smack it right over the wall.
Play ball.
Play ball.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Laughter Saves Lives
Live
here on Strong Island Television in Paradise Studios in beautiful
downtown Massapequa,
New York.
Is it uptown or downtown? We don't know which.
It is both uptown and downtown. Who's the show brought to us by tonight, Rich?
It is brought to us by the law firm of Barasch and McGarry.
Oh, look at that.
Yes, lawyers for the 9/11 community.
Alex is bam!
Fantastic.
Right on the screen.
Right
Good
on.
job, Alex. Look, we never give Alex.
We should.
Good job. Good job. Hey, Patrick. It's Johnny plug time. Thanks, Patrick. So we're back. It's been a week.
Yeah.
2 weeks in a row. We have Rich Walker, which is what more could you ask for than 2 weeks in a row of Rich Walker? You know what I mean?
Yes, I hear you.
Do you want to just, you know what? Oh, I had a nice slice of pizza from next
I
door.
noticed. I saw
I never eat slices of pizza
Yeah.
with. What are the key pizza slices? Give them to me. You got meatball, you got pepperoni, sausage.
Yeah.
What? Give me the old
And
school.
regular cheese. It's got to be
Regular cheese, extra cheese. I got all kinds of hot peppers on. It was good though.
Yeah, you like it?
It was good. It was good. But old school, like when I grew up in Middle Village, where I was there this morning, taking my dad to the doctor, and we went to
Today.
Yeah, we went to a Middle Village favorite, Chili's, for lunch. We didn't go to Carlos Pizzeria. Best pizzeria in Queens, Carlos.
You know what I will say about Chili's? It is probably the lowest price of all the fast food restaurants.
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Not for Johnny L, because when the tip comes, hello, you know what I'm saying? Hello, the waitress walks away and go, woo. And they always have a joke.
Wow.
Yeah, when they see the tip, they go, woo, like that.
It's a $30 meal, and he just tipped me $20. It's amazing.
Hello. And I walk out. Then I get a little strut. I walk out of there, right? And then I go like this to my dad. Here's your card back. Give him his credit card back. He's a big tipper, my dad.
Yeah, that's good.
He likes going to places like that. So I had fun with the dad today. We went to lunch at Chili's and took him to the doctor. Everything's doing good. Pickleball. Let's I'm
the pickleball minute.
You see, it's the pickleball minute. But you see, I'm not into pickleball to get better and be fantastic.
Right.
I played against some guys this week where it was an upgrade, really good competition, and I don't like to get so serious. I play with some of the ladies down there talking. It's great because you can play with people older than you and all that.
Right.
But these guys were serious. But I was Johnny. I was doing my Johnny stuff. Kidding around.
They didn't like it.
We beat these two guys. This guy, you could see. Because he was better than me. He was better. He was upset.
Really?
So he takes our rackets, and the way it works is you put them against the fence who's playing next, and he puts them all together. And I look at him, and I go, you want a rematch, don't you? And he's like, oh, well, And then he beat us the second time, and as I'm walking away, I go, thank God you wouldn't have been able to sleep tonight. Give him a little, a little zingo,
Right. It was nice. You probably gave him the game.
No, I didn't. He was good.
Hard?
He was good. I won that first game, though. And
this is the game ball.
I got the game ball. Before we forget to do our shtick, Michael was on a show before us. What is this? September 9th. He's got a big event, a Project Thank a Cop.
At La Novella Restaurant, East Meadow.
You got to go to hello@ptacop.org. Hello@ptacop.org.
And that's a great night.
Yeah.
It's not comedy. It's
it's not comedy. Santo's on the show.
Right.
So it's not.
Listen, it's been a few weeks, and we have a lot of new viewers. And if you could, John, and maybe we'll make this like a regular thing because we're getting new viewers every week. Let them know what our background is.
Laughter Saves Lives Foundation started as birthed out of 9/11, born out of 9/11. I lost a number of members of my firehouse who made me laugh. And we decided to start a foundation based on laughter. We got guys like Rich Walker doing our shows, Come out, laugh. We raise money for many different charities. And we always try to put a little bit in the foundation, and we use that to help cops, firemen, military. We added healthcare, who are struggling due to a tragedy, who are not in the spotlight.
Right.
And that Butch brought it up. We're doing a show at Domenico's. You're on that show,
I'm
right?
on that in Levittown.
Yeah. Oh, what's the date? I cut off my date when I printed it out.
Oh.
July 29th?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Yes, July.
July-
It is.
July
Yeah,
29th.
You still didn't tell them what's behind you.
Oh, that's my firehouse.
That's what I wanted you to do.
No. That's my firehouse in Queens, Hazmat 1 Squad 288. It's our new backdrop.
Yeah.
I love it. We've gotten such compliments on it. And we may add backdrops like interchange. Have a competition from around the country, different firehouses, I'm thinking. So, yeah, Domenico's, that's going to be a fun show. Now, that's a show for the restaurant.
Yeah.
They are nice enough to do a 50-50 for the foundation.
Love them.
We're doing a show July 27th. Old Movies by the Sea. It's a small theater in South Jersey. Don't know details yet. I just arranged that this week. The Clubhouse in the Hamptons. We're solidifying that date in August. Idaho Falls. We're having those people on tonight as our guests. That's September 8th. Kent, Ohio. We're driving to Kent, Ohio. Check this out. Last show I'll mention tonight. Academy for Life and Learning.
Wow.
We're raising money to buy kids who don't have coats, shoes, and some scholarships. Guess who's driving the whole ride with me, actually teaching a hazmat class with me the day before the show? Rich Walker's going to Ohio with Johnny L.
And I
Road
get to
trip.
learn about hazmat all the way up to Ohio.
Yeah, I'm going to teach him stuff. And
So I could answer some questions, right?
Yeah, we'll plant you in the back of the crowd. All you need to say is,
wouldn't it be funny if we pull it off where you tell me some key things
Yes.
to say?
yes.
And they're like, wow, this guy knows. He's not even a fireman.
Well, I'll have you sit in the back of the room and you could do this. Oh, good point. You know? Wow, John,
Yeah.
I never knew that.
I got a story. I was in a big corporate meeting when I was in insurance. I used to be an insurance adjuster. And it was like, we're in like this little theater. And the management says, I believe that's a claims question. Richie, can you answer that? I wasn't even listening to the presentation.
Right.
And I go, well, it all depends on the, the circumstances of the event and blah, blah, blah. And I just talk. After, I'm not kidding you, in the lobby, all the people coming over like, wow, you're like a whiz kid. You're like, wow, I had no idea what I said. That's a true story. And even the management's like, yeah, he's one of our prize employees.
Thanks, Rich. Thanks,
So
Rich.
funny.
So that was pickleball this week. Also, Livy and I played a pickleball game against. She's new, my daughter. New playing.
Yeah.
And I told the people, take it easy on her. She's new. And we beat them the first game. They got upset. You can see they got a little upset, right?
Yeah.
So they said, oh, you want to play another game? They wanted a rematch against me and the Liv. And I said, all right. And the guy smashes a ball at Livy. Smashes it hard. Now she's new at playing. And I look at Livy and I go, nobody puts Livy in the corner.
Right.
11-6, we beat him. Bada bing! And then I said, you want to play another game? They're like, we're tired. We want to go home. So nobody puts Olivia in the corner, right, Richie?
No, they don't do it.
Oh, and Olivia's birthday party, which Richie said a beautiful reply and saying, no, I'm not coming.
No,
It was beautiful.
I'm way out.
It was beautiful.
like,
What do you
where the
mean
heck-
way out? You're not going to drive to my house? Where are you going?
No, I'm working. I have an
Oh, all
early
right.
show.
All right. Butch
It's
is
like-
coming. Butch is
I know,
coming.
wow.
He's going to go in the pool in a Speedo.
Butch has a lot of time.
Yeah, Butch. Just a lot of time. That's not nice. That's not nice.
I'm teasing.
Goose Camp starts this week.
Oh,
Now, I got in trouble again.
what'd you do?
Wait till you have grandchildren.
Yeah.
You're going to get in such trouble
Yeah.
because we like to tell them stories and make them laugh, but a lot of stuff isn't true. Like
Right.
we're giving them information that they're going to bank on later on at one point and tell somebody.
Right.
And I usually get ratted out immediately when he goes home. Because we grandbabs, you know that. Grandbabs told me. So here's what I told him the other day. I got in trouble. Went to the bagel store, and I said to him, look, they have flagels. Do you know what a flagel is?
Right.
So he said, no. I said, it's a flat bagel. But I said, you know how they make them? Here's where I got in trouble. I said, they take a bagel, and a big guy in the back named Joe sits on it like this. And I made the face like this. And he gives it back to the customer. And he's laughing. He goes, no. I go, that's how they do it. Look, I'm not going to call the guy. I go, look, the guy's in the back, right? Of course, he went home. What did he do?
He sat on the
said,
beta.
he told everybody's mother. Grim Babs told me with the face and all, and I got in trouble again. And they're probably going to go tell a teacher.
I'm sorry to come back on, but it seems like we have a special person who we did not get the chance to talk to beforehand. And I know she's coming up after the break, but I'd like to pop her on for a second so you can say hi. So look at who's here with us. She is here. Sarah is here.
Bring Travis in. Bring Travis in.
He's not here.
Oh, no? Watch this.
Oh.
Look at that. You guys got to communicate. Are you going through Johnny L here? Well, now Travis, now that the beauty is here, I don't think we can talk to you.
I don't think you need me.
We're going to talk to both of you. Two is better than one. I'm going to put you back in because we're getting ready to go to break.
Don't go anywhere. We're going to bring the both of you on when you come on. She wants to bail out because she was nervous. Don't go
after commercial.
All right? We want you to stay, Star, please.
Okay. You guys have 4 minutes left. Talk.
Oh.
Now, Travis
we have to think of something to say.
Travis right now is texting her, I told you! And she's saying, yeah, but I thought. So I hope we didn't get anybody in trouble over there. But Star, don't go anywhere. I can still see you.
2 for 1 now.
I can still see her. New fridge.
You got a new refrigerator?
Do I need it, Richie? I think the deal is I'm Italian.
Yeah.
Here's the deal. I had an old crappy refrigerator down my basement.
Oh.
My wife wanted, and I had a big freezer, which was still working fine, but I didn't need it. What do you do when you have a big freezer? You buy stuff and you never use it.
Right.
A year later, you throw it out.
It's packed with meats and
so I had
frostbitten.
Yeah. So when they were doing the construction in my house, the new kitchen I had put in, I told them, could you take those things out of here? Yeah. And now I have a brand new fridge down there for the party. My wife keeps saying
freezer.
No, just a fridge with a freezer.
Got it.
Now it's less space. But my wife keeps saying, let's do that for the party. Let's do that for the party. Right. I go, Richie's not coming to the party. Why are we doing all of this? Right. She was crying. She goes, what do you mean Richie's not coming? He doesn't invite us out there to play pickleball. He doesn't come to the parties. Why are you still friends with this guy?
Richie would have eaten all that old meat up.
Richie would have taken it out.
We could have gave Richie all the frostbitten
freezer burned meat. So anyways, we're doing all this stuff.
You never know. My show could cancel. And then,
I don't want to see that. I don't want to see
it either. Not for the money I'm
No. Not for the stuff that I'm cooking.
This is actually a gig where I'm getting a lot of money.
Really?
It's not a laughter saves lives, but it is.
Why? I told you.
Yeah.
What does Tommy Daddario always say? I got a gig for you. And he always says it's not enough.
You know
I
what I
didn't tell him how much, right? He goes, not enough.
I love on every laughter saves lives gig, after he goes, what did I tell you it was?
How much did I say I was going to pay?
How was it?
Here's why. Let's just say, let's make up a number. Let's say I was going to pay you $200. And I'm not saying that's what Richie normally
more like
gets.
4 or 5.
Richie, let's say I don't want to give. All right, let's say $2,000. This is what Richie gets for a gig, right? So maybe he'll think it was $1,900. So if I go to pay, what was I going to pay you? And he goes, $1,900. I go, bada bing, I saved $100. But if he says $2,100, I go, oh, wait a second. I got it written down. It was $2,000. Let me check. See how I operate?
When I get home,
You're the only one, by the way, that I know of with still a book. He's got a physical calendar.
Nothing is in my phone.
Nothing. I say, Richie, can you do the gig? Oh, wait, I got to go home. And that's what he turns into. Like, I got to go home. I got to check my book. I got to check the book. So what do you mean?
Rich Walker impression.
Worst. That was the worst Rich Walker impression.
Like a squirrel. A squirrel.
Where are we? We're at 8:50. Because we got the clock counting up now. Because I can't. We were supposed to break at 8:15.
All right.
We used to count down. Now it's up. Everything is running smoothly. Alex.
Perfect.
Alex. Unbelievable tonight.
Incredible.
Unbelievable. Alex, you sleeping. See? We shouldn't have texted. Hey, Alex.
But meanwhile,
the owner, Bobby, is probably like, Ixnay on the Alex.
Yeah. What else did I want to bring up? Though? Yeah. So we got a new washer and dryer yesterday. Look, your house is.
You are rocking it, man. You got a lot of good.
The washer went. And the dryer's old, and my wife says, why don't we buy an up and down one, save more space? We got the new refrigerator. Right. Boom! Johnny L, here it goes again. Ready? Remember me in the restaurant? Here I am again. Yeah. Wash and dryer. Boom! Right in there in Best Buy.
The problem with up and down dryers, the dryers don't really try the clothing. But
I'm going to cancel.
no,
I'm going to
kidding.
cancel.
I'm teasing. I'm teasing.
I'm going to tell Richie, not only is he not coming to the party, he doesn't want the new dryer. We're going to go to break, and we'll be right back with our first guest, Star and Travis arm wrestling. Arm wrestling.
Good.
If you spent time downtown on 9/11 or in the 8 months after, you were exposed to toxic air and may be eligible for compensation from the $10 billion 9/11 Victim Fund. But most people who qualify still haven't claimed what they're entitled to.
I worked downtown. I didn't die. I was an office worker. I felt like there were others who deserved the money more than I did.
A major reason people haven't claimed the money they're due is guilt. They feel guilty claiming funds when others died or were first responders.
I heard there were 9/11 funds, but because I wasn't a first responder, I did not apply.
You do not have to be a first responder to qualify. This fund was created for everyone who worked, lived, or attended school south of Canal Street, who may have experienced or have experienced respiratory illness or any of the 68 cancers linked to the toxins. Even if you have a family history of cancer, there is a presumption linking most cancers to the toxins.
I thought it was too late to make a claim. My spouse worked downtown at a bank and died of cancer. Honestly, I just haven't felt up to it.
The government's $10 billion Victim Fund and Health Program have been permanently extended. You just need to have been below Canal Street on 9/11 or at any time in the following 8 months. To see if you qualify, call or go to 911fund.com to speak to a representative of Barasch and McGarry, lawyers for the 9/11 community.
There are many reasons people who are eligible for compensation are not stepping up to claim it. To those who are holding back, I would say just take the first step. Ask for help. Make the call. It's not too late.
I called and I qualified.
I qualify.
I qualify.
Millions of dollars remain unclaimed. You do not have to be seriously ill to qualify.
And we're back. Laughter Saves Lives live. I beat you live. Here in Strong Island Television, Paradise Studios, Massapequa. My co-host tonight, Rich Walker. What do you think of the back? Our new background, though.
I love it.
We mentioned it.
It's like it's so authentic. It's like we're sitting in the street, right in front
really
of the truck.
looks good.
Right,
it
like
really
with the San Gennaro feast. We're sitting out in front.
All right, let's bring our next guest out from the Heroes Defense. Heroes Defense. We have both Travis and we have Star. Let's bring them both on. There they are.
Oh,
hey, guys.
Hi.
Star is like, I don't know how this happened. But we're lucky. We are blessed to have both of you.
She does. She knows how it happened. She just doesn't want to throw me under the bus. I messed it up.
That's all right. That's all right. I knew that. I knew that.
I knew you knew that.
I knew that, but I wasn't going to throw you under the bus.
No,
but we have both of you guys. So number one, I hired the headliner. In fact, he's our closing comic tonight.
Oh.
So
wonderful.
Out and watch him. Now I'm putting the pressure on poor Darren. I'm looking at his picture on the bottom, and he's still sitting in the bathtub with the curtain. But Darren's going to come on. So, yeah, he's a great guy. You're going to love him. He's excited. We're excited to come down. Let me tell you something, Travis. This woman on the bottom of my screen, I don't know where she is on your screen, is an angel. She has made me feel like I am so important. You know, everything I ask her, she put me in a nice hotel, the True by Hilton. Clean. My wife loves it. No rugs. Johnny L likes to swim in the pool, right? So I said, Star, you think maybe you could move me to like the Hilton Garden Inn? If no problem, John. She just, now I don't know if you're aware of this, Travis, but she's been doing this for me. She is so
What do you
sweet.
mean, the Hilton?
What do you mean?
We're going to have to talk about that, Star. I don't know.
I'm going to be at Bob's Motor Lodge tomorrow. So welcome. Travis, tell us a little bit about what you're doing at the event, September 8th and 9th, the show. What are we raising money for? What's going on?
Sure. So Heroes Defense, we started a little background. I know it was on before, but I was hitting people on the golf course with golf balls. So I'll recap.
That's okay.
We started Heroes Defense around 2016. We kind of saw a lot of decline across the country around 9/11 and the new generation kind of understanding what it was. So sickened me, obviously. We work a lot with New York City, with fire department, police department. So kind of bothered us a lot, much as it means to our generation, especially. So we started putting together an event to raise funds and more importantly, bring awareness to the next generation, if nothing else, honor at least the memory of that. But we want to do it in a way that represents the true culture of it. So we have a good time with it. We do the honor and the remembrance, but then we, in typical firefighter fashion, have a hell of a good time. We break out the booze and we party and remember them, and we raise a lot of money.
Yeah, let's do that after the comedy show. Break out the booze and party. Let's before the comedy show. Let's not break out the booze.
Right, because he can't have one drink.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I can't drink. I get very romantic when I have one drink. I used to tell the guys at the firehouse, if I start drinking, start running.
All right, we'll keep it in the crowd. So we'll keep it off the screen.
Good.
All right.
So through this event over the last 5 years, we've raised about $500,000.
Wow.
That's gone out to a number of things. So we've done some with Friends of Firefighters, given them some I think $25,000 or $50,000, I remember. And then we've given some to the firefighter transport there in town.
Right. Great organization. They do. Yep. They bring sick firefighters to hospitals, doctor's appointments. They bring family members to funerals, stuff like that. They do a great job. Danny Prince, right? Danny Prince.
Yeah, that's right. Danny Prince. Yep.
He's the best. Yep.
Great guy, and a great organization. And Nancy at Friends of Firefighters, phenomenal group. So, and then this last year we built new fire station floors. We've reinforced the buildings. We bought all new life-saving equipment, all new extraction equipment, all new AEDs for the local agencies, as well as a bunch of opioid response equipment. As you guys know, that's a big resource killer. Yep.
Listen, laughter saves lives. Will not turn down. If you want to give, a little bit, we will accept.
I'm getting there. I'm slow, but I'm getting there.
Just so you know, Travis, we are a recognized 501c3 nonprofit organization.
That's my commercial right there. Keep going. Go ahead.
This year we decided we're stepping it up a big. So we have about 200 people. This year we're going to 400 people, and we're doing a pre-event with you guys.
Yes.
Bringing you guys out to do an event on the 8th, right before the banquet before. So we got about 200 people coming to your guys' event.
Really?
And yeah, that's what we expect to have. Yep.
Wow.
And so we'll do a fundraising with you guys the night before. A lot of that money will go to you guys, and some, we're working out the details where we're going to utilize that money.
Beautiful.
And then the event, we're actually this year really excited. The city gave us, so we work with FDNY to get a second piece of steel, because we really have two twin cities here. We have Ammon and Idaho Falls, right? They're kind of half sisters. So we're building two twin memorials here in town, one in Ammon and one in Idaho Falls at the fire stations.
Nice.
With the 9/11 steel. So this year we're going to be really raising funds for those things.
Excellent.
And really kind of stepping it up a new notch. So we expect this year our goal, we're gonna hit 300,000 for this single event this year.
Wow! Now, can I let's not keep Star hanging for a second. Star, what are you doing for this event? Other than, is your full-time job on this event taking care of me like this? Do you sit in the office and see my name and go, here's John again?
Travis, you call him.
Never. Nope, not at all.
See, that's how it is here on Long Island.
I'm going to give you the biggest hug when
I have a question. Do you two use regular toothpaste or Crest white strips?
We use filters on your.
You don't have to answer that. Over here, that's so white.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I think it's a filter. Well, so I must say this before I hand it off. So we get to say all the cool things, but Star's the one that actually makes it all happen. We just get to get on here and be like, oh, all that cool stuff happened. But Star and whole team back there, when you show up, you'll be amazed. It's a phenomenal event. Star's the one that makes all that magic happen.
I will be amazed, but I know she will. She's awesome.
Thanks. Travis does say we're going to do this, this, and this, and then it's my job to say, okay, we're going to put that to work. Whatever he says.
So give us a little background on you and how you got involved, and what do you think about the event?
Oh, I think the event's wonderful. I attended it as an attendee 3 years ago, and I retired from education. We have a mutual friend in common. She just recommended me, and the rest is history. That was 3 years ago. So here I am.
Home run. I have somebody who volunteers for me a little bit, Amy Solomon, on top of Butch. Butch does some stuff, Les Deegan and Amy Solomon. And I'm telling you, I don't know about Travis. He seems much smarter than I am. The little detail, put me in front of people and I'll shine, right? But to the little details, all the little stuff, I can't. I just can't. And these people are amazing. Oh, I'll take care of that. I'll make this call or whatever. And I can tell that's who you are. You handle all the details that need to put this thing together.
Well, thank you. Well,
it's a lot. She does a phenomenal job.
Yeah.
And what's funny is every year we're like, where are we at? And, Garrett and I, and Garrett's my other counterpart. So he's with Paul Davis. So he's the one that we car partner on this event. And, Garrett and I usually come together right around July, like end of July. And we're like, oh shit. Oh, I mean, we can't say that. Oh crap. Where are we at? And Star's like, we're here. We got it done. This is this. There you go. We're good to go. And all of a sudden we get to breathe easy. So
yeah, isn't that just a great feeling when you know somebody is handling all those details? I mean,
Good point.
Yeah. Why? I don't handle any details. No, why?
There's a callback to before. You said my job is to sit here and just go.
Good point. So what else now what do you have me doing, Star and/or Travis? On the 8th is the comedy show. I still don't exactly know what my role is on the 9th. I'm assuming I'm coming in my uniform, right? And then what?
We had you as like the Vanna White. So I think we got a kind of a, you're going to be holding the stuff, walking back and forth. Yeah.
Let me say one.
No.
There's catering or a kitchen on these premises, right?
Right.
He loves cleaning under deep fryers, like scooping. It's brilliant.
I'm going to be my uniform. I'm not going to want to. So what else am I going to be doing? Am I going to be speaking?
No. So the event goes like this. So the event is we have a dinner and a memorial service where you'll kind of be the MC for that, introducing. What's that? Oh, I lost you on my side. You cut out.
Yeah, it's not you guys. It's us. We've lost both microphones, guys.
Me too.
No, Rich, you're back. John?
Back. Check
John. No, John's out. So we're going to use another microphone. Hold on one sec. We'll get
I'm going to move
on.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, now we got you. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Well, I moved my mic.
Well, now we lost you, Rich. So put your mic back where it was.
Usually,
don't move it again.
What I was saying, Travis, is, am I going to be fed? That's the main question a firefighter usually asks.
You'll be well fed. That is something that is not short. There's about 75 different desserts to choose from. And about
bring some back.
400 pounds of meat. So you'll have all the food you want.
Listen to me. In all seriousness, I've been traveling around the country for years, teaching. I'm very smart, Travis. I know Star's not going to believe that, but I've been teaching for years. And to allow me, Star, again, and I know you had this, Travis may not know about this yet, but to allow me to come out of Dayton, beautiful city, which I was excited about, because when I was teaching around the country, I never got the opportunity to enjoy where I was going. It was fly in, go to Walmart, buy chemicals for the class, set up the class, 3 days of teaching, fly out early the next morning. So I am excited to get on the plane, meet you guys, and enjoy your beautiful town. My wife is excited. I'm leaving for a week. She loves Star. I said, Star arranged it. She goes, good. So everybody's going to be happy. But thank you so much for having me. I can't thank you enough.
Look forward to having you.
It's our
Look forward to
pleasure.
seeing you. And we have a jet boat up the river arranged for you, so make sure you don't skip out on that day ahead.
All right,
Whoa.
sounds good.
All right.
Sounds great. All right, guys, we got to go.
Nice meeting you guys.
We'll talk
Thanks for
soon.
coming on.
Star, I'll talk to you tomorrow about the bicycle I want to rent.
And we did put your website up, heroesdefense.org. We have that up, so folks can visit your website as well. There it is, heroesdefense.org. Make sure all of our viewers go to that and check that out and see what these great folks are doing.
Yeah, and if you guys want to hang around to watch Darren close the show, he would appreciate it. I would appreciate it if you have the time.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
All right,
Thanks for
guys.
having us.
All right, we're going to go to break, and we'll be right back with Gary Port.
Hi, I'm Arthur Lee, founder, CEO, and inventor of LifeVac, a simple rescue device that can save a child's life in a choking emergency. All these people were saved with LifeVac. People may not realize that on average, 14 people a day die from choking-related incidents. Every 5 days, one of those is a child.
As simple as place, push, pull.
To learn more, please visit lifevac.net.
With laughter saves life. There we go.
No, I was turning my mic back on.
All right.
Well,
so
yes.
Right now we have another.
Hold on, John. You can't hold your mic, so put it up there.
There's no clip, Butch. It's over here. All right, good. Let's bring in our next guest.
Yes.
Our next guest. Can you bring our next guest in?
Well, this gentleman coming on right now, I know him because he actually took my comedy class, standupuniversity.com. He took the class, but wow, you want to talk about an attorney with a list of credentials. Let's bring him on. He can tell us all about it. He is also JAG. Let's give it up for the infamous Gary Port right
Gary,
here.
thank you. Look at that.
What did you do with your back?
What did you do?
What do you want, America round?
Well, you guys were complaining before about my birds that were on my shoulders, so I've blurred everything out so you won't be able to see the birds coming around and making trouble.
That's all right, Gary. That's all right. Thank you for taking the time to do the show.
Yeah. So Gary graduated with flying colors, Stand-Up University.
Which doesn't mean much.
Well, it does to him. Okay.
He's
So
the one.
anywho, Gary, tell us a little bit about yourself like we did on the first day of class. And tell us, you are JAG. Explain that.
All right.
Yeah.
I was 28 years active duty in reserve, Judge Advocate General Court. That's Army lawyer. I retired as Lieutenant Colonel in 2015. Since then, the Army's kind of like the mafia. They never let you go. So they made me an offer that I couldn't refuse. They said, we're going to give you 2 stars, a flag, a title, but we're not going to pay you any money, but we're going to require you to do work. And I said, hey, sign me up.
Sign me up.
So I'm the official representative for the Army Reserve for the state of New York, called Army Reserve Ambassador.
Wow.
Really? The whole state?
Yeah. Well, we should have about 4 guys. 3 are in what's called emeritus position. I'm the only active person. And what I do is I go around and I represent the Army Reserve with regard to state and local officials, community leaders. I attend events like, let's see, 3 weeks ago, I was at Fort Hamilton. The command sergeant major, new command sergeant major came in, so I was there to represent the Army Reserve for him. I do a lot of work with the Army Recruiting Command.
Wow.
And one of the real big things that I do is I'm what's called a nominator for the Minuteman College Scholarship. The Army Reserve will pay 100% of your tuition. We will also pay you a stipend. We will give you a book allowance. And we will also pay you to be a drilling reservist. All you got to do is when you finish with college, you give us 8 years as an Army Reserve officer. You are not allowed to go on active duty. You can't say, oh, I've decided to go on active duty. No, you're going to be a reserve officer for 8 years. So
what about if you go on active duty, though, Gary? Can't you still get free education if you go on active duty?
Different program. The Army Reserve Minuteman Scholarship you have to commit solely to the reserves. Now you can end up doing active duty, like you can do a tour, 1 month, 6 months, a year, but you can't. You'll still be a reserve officer, and so this is a great program where you come out of college not owing $250,000. You come out of college having paid off $250,000.
Wow!
And in fact, recently, back in April, we gave out 6 scholarships in Suffolk County. We had a big ceremony over at the Dennison Building. We had Steve Ballone there. We had the press. We had people from the Pentagon, people from Cadet Command, and we had these 6 kids. We gave them the big giant checks showing how much money that they were going to be getting. It is an absolutely great program. The current open period now is open till August 4th. So anyone going into college or already in college, they can go apply to this program. We have 2, 2.5, 3, and 4-year scholarships.
Okay. That sounds awesome.
So you got a young guy that has a chance, an opportunity here, which the reserve gives them, which is just absolutely, it's amazing.
Look, the reserves, I did active duty and reserves. I will say that the military is one of the greatest training programs, period. Let's put it this way. You name the job, we have it in the military.
Right.
What
about comedian?
Well, we do have the PAO office, public affairs.
That's right.
We also do have talent shows too, but we have electricians, we got plumbers, we've got carpenters, we've got policemen, we've got human resources, we've got computer technology, we've got accountants, we've got bookkeepers. You name the field, we have it. We will train you. If you want to go officer, you become an officer. But you want to go enlisted in the reserve or active duty?
Right.
We will train you to your job. What job will say, we're going to pay you, train you, and also will contribute to your 401k. In this case, it's called the Thrift Savings Plan. And they will contribute to that as well. It is the most amazing program. And I will tell you, though, as the Army Reserve Ambassador, I've been involved in a lot of briefings. One of our big problems right now is recruiting. Recruiting is way down. The active component down 22,000 soldiers, which is 1 full division. The reserves also down 22,000, another division.
Is that's statewide, right?
What?
Those are state numbers.
Those are national.
National, okay.
So the Pentagon has done a lot of research on this, and what they found, and something that we've been saying for years in the veteran community, is that the Gen Z are afraid of the broken veteran narrative. Oh my God, if I go into the military, I'm going to get in combat, I'm going to get wounded, I'm going to get PTSD, which is nonsense. Less than, I think the number they saw is less than 1% of the people who join the military ever actually get injured. But this broken veteran narrative is really hurting us. So the Pentagon is pushing on us ambassadors, pushing on the veterans groups, basically to go out there and educate Gen Z. Like, guys, this is a great program. This is phenomenal.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need people like you going out, because to tell you the truth, 1% in combat, I would have never thought that number. I would have thought it was a lot higher.
Me too.
And I would also assume that a lot of the guys that go into combat, how can I say this? As a firefighter, a lot of firefighters take the job for the action. They want to go into the fires. I would assume that a lot of those people that go into combat want to be there.
Well, you get to choose. When you go to your recruiting, you get to choose. Do you want to be infantry? You want to be artillery? You want to be tank? Do you want to be human resources, MP, carpenter, electrician? Do you want to be an X-ray technician? Because we also have a hospital. We have hospitals as well. So we have all these different jobs out there. We just don't put you in one. You sign a contract with the recruiter. And the new recruiting commander for New York, for the New York area, a guy named, I swear to God, Rocky Rhodes. When your name is John Rockland Rhodes, everyone's going to call you Rocky Rhodes.
Right, of course.
So Rocky's job from basically Westchester to Suffolk, he's the recruiting guy for this entire region. And his recruiters go out there and they sign contracts. What do you want to be? And we will train you to that. It's a great thing.
Where do they go to sign these people up? Do they go to malls and set up? Do they go to fairs and set up?
They do all that, and they go into high schools because
high schools.
Our demographic, the military is run for the most part by the 18 to 25 demographic. Those are the what we call the E4s, the enlisted fourth rank. Enlisted grades go from 1 to 9. 1, you walk in, you're nothing. You're there for a couple of months, you become a 2, then you become a 3.
Okay.
It's the 4 that is the backbone of the military. Then we have the NCOs. The NCO Corps, United States NCO Corps, is the greatest in the world, and they are the reason that our Army is so powerful, because the NCOs are phenomenal.
So what if right now somebody at home, their son or whatever, wants to go into the reserves and get this kind of deal? Where do they go? You know, a local recruiting office?
Well, if they're looking to go Minuteman Scholarship, they can go to the local recruiting office.
Minuteman Scholarship is what the two words are.
They want the Army Reserve Minuteman Scholarship. So the recruiter will then talk to them, and then will reach out to me and say, I've got a prospect. And then we take a look, you know, whether or not they're a citizen, whether or not they they just got rid of the SAT requirement. So they have to take what's called the ASVAB, which is the test that everyone takes going into the military to see where they are on the scale. And they have to be also actually have been accepted by a college. So we have to have a college acceptance letter.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if you don't have a college acceptance, then we can't process the paperwork.
I got you.
Okay, how about a criminal background?
Depends on the criminal background. If there are certain criminal certain criminal acts which are non-waivable, completely non-waivable, and there are others that we can give a waiver.
Well, like in Russia, they take on all the criminals, right?
Yeah, we're not the Wagner group there, Rich.
Anyway, you were yes.
I have a couple of questions. As you know, it's fantastic what you're telling us now, but I think some of our people, and I see them because they're asking me questions, they want to know about when you were in the service, when you were in the Judge Advocate General's office. The big question, of course, is it like Tom Cruise and Jack Nicholson? And that's, you know, because when they think JAG, they think that movie.
Right.
Yeah. And the TV show.
I've been warned to keep this clean, so I can't tell you all my JAG stories. They are hilarious and absolutely filthy, so I can't do that.
Tell them about how many court martials you have.
When I, as a young JAG attorney, in my 2.5 years as a defense attorney, I did about 30 trials, which is a really high number.
Yeah.
A lot of stupid stuff, theft, drugs, alcohol, sex, drugs, alcohol.
Right.
Sex, drugs, alcohol. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Do you ever have cases where you're convicting one of these kids or whatever, feeling guilty about?
I was a defense attorney, so
I
was assigned as the defense attorney, and I was, you know, most of these kids were just imbeciles. I had only a few that were real bad actors, most just idiots. I was a DA later in Brooklyn during the 90s, and I saw real bad actors, and it gives you a sense of perspective. You know, in the military, people do stupid things. Yes, we do have some real bad actors in there, and though we have a place for them. It's called Fort Leavenworth. That's the disciplinary barracks. It's a federal prison that we maintain in the military, and the real bad guys end up there. But most people just do stupid things, and that's pretty much what that is. Something else that I'm involved with, again, with the military. I do a lot of stuff with veterans. I'm the chapter president for New York, called the Greater New York Statue of Liberty chapter of the Association of the United States Army, which is an amazing organization. We have over 1 million members. The purpose of the AUSA is we are an educational organization that educates the public, the legislators, and other military. Any major Army policy change is announced at an AUSA conference.
Right.
So, like when we have our big conference down in D.C. in October, we get 30,000 people there. The Secretary of the Army's there. The Chief of Staff of the Army's there. The Sergeant Major of the Army's there. In fact, I was at a table one morning at breakfast. I was sitting with 4 2-star generals, and they weren't even announced as honored guests because there were too many 4-stars.
Just so you know, we have about a minute. Where can people find this site to go to? Say my son wants to sign up for this program. Where do they go online?
Well, you can just Google Minuteman Scholarship.
Okay.
You can also Google Army Reserve Ambassador. And I would also suggest people checking out AUSA.org, which is the Association of the United States Army, a great organization that supports and is the voice of the United States Army for the public, to Congress. I can't say enough great things about AUSA.
We have that right on. We have that right on the screen for you. AUSA.org.
That's it. Yeah.
Great. Now, also on a lighter note, where are you going to be performing next? Can we ask him that?
Well, we're at our time, so quick. Go. Where are you going to perform next, Gary?
The next one, John Butera just sent me a message about August 24th, I believe, the Giggle Room.
All right, in
Beautiful.
Levittown.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Well, we'll see you there.
We got to get
Go
him on
see-
the Laugh to Save Live show. He's a hero. This guy's a hero. Gary, thank you for
thank
everything.
you so much.
Thank you for your service, number one.
Thank you.
We really appreciate it.
Thank you much for having me, guys. I could have gone on more and more and all my stuff. I got other programs and projects I'm working on as well with the Nassau Bar and the New York State Bar Association.
I could tell, Richie said to me, have Gary on. Oh, he can talk.
I am a lawyer.
That's
You
true.
are.
We will definitely have
Very
you back.
interesting.
Definitely have
Thank
you back.
you, Gary.
Thank you,
All right.
Gary. Good guess.
Is that great? See, I could do some
With
good
all the
stuff
guests
every
you
now
have
and then.
suggested over the years,
Right.
finally,
Him,
a home run.
Arnie Price,
A home
These are
run.
all home
Like I
runs.
said, finally. No, Arnie, we love you. All right, let's go to break and we'll be right back with Darren Thompson.
Zwanger Passeri has been delivering a true patient-centric experience for the past 70 years. You can always expect to be cared for with compassion, scanned on the latest technology, and a highly trained subspecialized radiologist to interpret your images.
And we're back. That's the short commercial. We always forget. That's the short
one.
Thank God. Thank God. All right. So without further, what does further ado actually mean? What is the ado part?
Like
Do
we
you
don't
know?
do anything else.
We don't do
Without
nothing.
further, we don't want you to do anything.
Right.
We just want to go to our guest
Well, let
right
me
now.
tell
Our
you something.
very
This
funny
guy, he's a funny guy. I watched a bunch of his videos. He's clean, right?
Wow.
How many clean comics are there out there? Me and Darren.
One,
that's
two,
it. And Richie.
yeah.
And Richie, please, a nice warm welcome for Darren Thompson from Utah.
Oh,
Hey, nice. So good to be on, you guys. I was
right?
I was listening to Gary Port. That was exciting. I come from a military family. My dad was in the Air Force, my brother was in the Army, and my younger brother's in the Air Force. I mean, in the Marines.
Wow.
I was in the Cub Scouts.
Cool.
We all did our part. We all had to do some stuff.
Well, we're excited to have you on the big show in Idaho. You can see the wonderful people. It's going to be a great time.
Yeah.
I guess it's really going to happen, man. You weren't just making things up. It's real.
No, you thought I was another dopey comedy booker from New York, blowing smoke up your tush, right?
No, not at all. No, I'm excited to be here. It's great to hang out with firemen. When I was a kid, I always dreamed about being a fireman.
Yeah.
But then I found out that firemen actually put out fires. So
Yeah.
I guess I wanted to be an arsonist.
That's it.
I feel sorry for arsonists these days. I mean, have you seen the price of gasoline? My goodness. It's been hard on everybody. That's what I'm saying.
Even them.
Even that group.
poor-
Yes. Yes.
So you guys mentioned that I'm a clean comedian. That's just how I was raised. You know, if I ever swore growing up, grandma would drag me to the bathroom, take a bar of soap, and make me give her a sponge bath.
Oh, wow.
That's punishment.
So my language is squeaky clean, just like grandma.
Yes. That would keep me
That was a
clean.
tag. Did you hear the
I
tag?
heard
It was beautiful.
Beautiful. Look at that.
Look in the shower.
Study him.
Yes.
Now go. Yes.
I grew up with cheap parents.
Wow.
You know your parents are cheap when every pair of underwear you owned as a kid were hand-me-downs from your older sister.
Yeah.
That's cheap.
Blue.
My friends would have like 10 pairs of shoes. I only had one pair of shoes. One day I was at the public swimming pool. Somebody stole those shoes from me. I remember walking home barefoot, feeling very sorry for myself. But then I met a man who had no feet, and that's when I realized he probably wasn't the one who'd stolen my shoes.
That wasn't the guy.
Yes. That wasn't the guy.
No, my parents were cheap. I remember one Christmas, my dad got me a pet mouse.
Yeah.
Not the kind you get at the pet store, but still a cool gift, right? You know. Only problem is Santa forgot to poke air holes in the box before he wrapped it.
Oh.
Yeah. So come Christmas morning, not a creature was stirring. You know the rest.
I digress. He's making me laugh, unlike the other comics you have on.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
And you always recommend those comics. They graduated from your school, most of the comics we use. Wait till Gary Park comes back on. He better be funny.
No.
That's
sorry, Dad. We interrupted. You're on a roll.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I was talking about Christmas. You know, it's St. Christmas. My dad got me a razor sharp pocket knife. I was only 5 years old. So naturally, I used it to cut all my candy canes in half so I'd have twice as many.
Yeah.
And then when I got done, I looked at the blade and there was candy stuck to it. So what would a 5-year-old do?
Oh.
Yeah, right down the middle. That's when I became bilingual. My dad's from Idaho, which is great. You're going to get to visit there, John, here in the future.
Yes.
Idaho's an interesting place. I was driving through there recently, and I saw on the back of a truck a bumper sticker that said, "First cousin, no way. Second cousin, okay."
Yes.
That's how I learned about the laws in Idaho. I grew up with a tough guy dad. I don't know if you guys had tough guy dads.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe a couple of you. The rest of you had wussy dads. So my dad is a black belt in karate and judo. He was on the U.S. judo team at one point.
Ooh, wow.
I, on the other hand, as a kid, my favorite hobby was collecting Care Bears. So I had them all: Tenderheart Bear, Brave Bear, Wish Bear, Cheer Bear.
Oh.
I don't think Dad was too excited about his Care Bear collecting kid. One day he comes up to me, he's like, "Darren, you're going to start wrestling." After that, he's driving me around to all these wrestling tournaments. I'm in the second grade. I know nothing about wrestling, but I learned quickly that it hurts. It's exhausting, painful, and no fun. But by the third match, I had figured wrestling out. I'd learned that the quicker you get to your back and lay perfectly still, the sooner it's over.
Right.
And I was getting good. I was getting my pin times down to 4 seconds.
Nice.
Whoa.
That's good. And you wouldn't believe how happy that makes the kid you're wrestling. His parents rush out of the stands. His dad scoops him up. He's like, "I love you, son. New family record, 4-second pin." And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm making everybody so happy.
Yeah.
I'm just like Cheer Bear. Everybody's happy because of me, except for some reason, not my dad, because he didn't understand. I didn't have the eye of the tiger. I had the Care Bear stare.
That's funny.
I remember, I always went home with a 4th place trophy. Why? Yeah, there was only 4 kids. Light enough to wrestle in the 49-pound weight division. You've heard of lightweight, middleweight. I was in the malnourished weight division. I love those trophies, though. I'd take them to school, show my friends. They'd be like, "Whoa, 4th place regionals. You must be tough." And I'm like, well, they don't call me Mr. 4-second pin for nothing. I'm walking away. There's Care Bears falling out of my backpack. School was cool when I was a kid. We had a merry-go-round, and every recess we'd get on it and spin around all recess long. And we didn't have childhood obesity back then, because at every recess we all threw up.
All right, Mr. Darren.
Yeah.
You're getting the light. Round it up now.
All right. Well, I'll just finish up with this. Do you guys remember the DARE program?
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So I'm like in the 3rd grade. I've never heard anything about drugs. And all of a sudden, here's a group of really cool people coming to my school and teaching me all about them.
Yeah.
Teaching me about pills I could take to make me feel like I'm floating and flying. I was like, you mean like Superman? I love Superman. Teaching me about pills I could take to make me trip out or go on trips. I was like, I love vacations. But the one that got me is they told me about pills I could take that would make me a better athlete than all my friends. I was like, yes, yes, and yes. At the end, the guy goes, any questions? I'm like, how much for the drugs? He goes, do you mean how much do drugs sell for on the street? And I'm like, oh, is that where you buy them? Thank you, DARE program.
Great.
And then he told me how much drugs cost, and that's when I learned what DARE really stood for, and that is drugs are really expensive, guys.
People, Darren Thompson.
Who can afford that?
We will talk to you soon, my friend Travis. You'll see Darren at the big show.
Where could Darren be seen next?
I just want to know one thing. How is it possible that you were behind me and saw my bumper sticker when you were in Idaho?
Were you in Jerome, Idaho, by any chance?
Not that far away.
It was Jerome.
All right, we got to go, guys. Darren, where can we find you?
Salt Lake, Wise Guys. You can find me on DarrenThompsonComedy.com.
Great.
Beautiful.
All right.
All right, great show. Good night, everybody. Richie and I, we're going to the Massapequa Diner. Good night.
Good night.
See you next week.
Old leather gloves, we're slapping in hands. Popcorn and peanuts, we're working the stands. Pink cotton candy, love on a stick. Was chasing the beer that circled the lips. Play ball, play ball. Roll up the bases and smack it right over the wall.
Play ball.
Play ball.